each other through the just PUBG games. They were just playing. Right. So so it is so much surprising getting know that the Salima Heather she is having already 4 kids.
Yes,
So somehow that it is so much surprising as she looks like a woman, not a kind of the girls.
yes,
And also I don't know about the background of the Sachin, where does he live and what kind of jobs does he do that. But maybe it's sure that he hasn't just got married yet.
yes,
Like some kind of the we can see that the kind of the infatuation. Like the thing is that the particular girls doesn't belongs to the girls community. Rather than she just belongs to the very looks like very old lady and having already a 4 kids. So how could the person go forward and allowing the 4 kids and even belongs to a very threatened country called Pakistan?
mm,
And she just came to India not just by getting a kind of the agreement with the government, like letting them know. She just came like she just invaded like to the border of the India, and she just lived like with a non-passport, with a non like a kind of the Aadhaar card. She was not having anything, and she didn't let the others know that she is a kind of the Pakistani. Somewhere that she disguised her just face completely,
yes, yes.
but somehow this particular news is pop up everywhere.
Yes, but
So
the news media is claiming that this Seema Haider is from ISI, Pakistan.
yes, it can be happen. She could be a kind of the sleeper cell. Maybe want to just know some kind of the very secret and confidential information from the India and maybe just pass it to the because this is not a kind of the new cases. We can see that Pakistan has since long that Pakistan has been doing lots of the negativity to us. Like I don't think so that Pakistan has some kind of the good mind with the India.
Yes,
And this news is really like everywhere around like these particular news are just getting conversed by the people. So
right.
do you think that there is a lust in between them, or like uh, what?
No,
How could you
it
just see
is
this particular
higher
story?
from lust because she has
Hmm.
already come to India from Pakistan. So this is
Mm-hmm.
something which is higher than lust.
See,
Because
like
lust,
when we just play a PUBG, we are not able to see a face of each other, right? Whom we are just adding as a like a additional player, like who will just help me in the further levels, right? So so where like if the some people just say that the Sachin is in the love with the Seema Heather, so how could we just say that? How could we just predict this particular thing? Because we can say that if we are just having Facebook, then we can say that because we are just following her and getting to know that how does she look like, right? So
yes,
unless we know that the how does the particular girls looks like, how could we just get forward and just have a lust towards the girls?
yes,
Yeah, at some point, please.
yes, and this is now getting so much popular, this story. It
Yes.
started in the year 2020 by playing PUBG.
Mhm.
But now there are a lot of other things also being portrayed.
Mhm. Just though that even if she's in the love with the Sachin, like it could be a true story, but the thing is that the way that she just came and just invaded to the countries like borders of the India, like it is completely illegal and it doesn't shows any kind of authority, right? So somewhere that she's fake,
This
and
Seema
and
Haider is
and,
fake.
and yes, Seema Haider can be a fake because of that. If she wants her love like kind of the Sachin, if she wants a kind of the true love like a Sachin, then she should have been just taken at least a permission to the government of India. Like she has this sort of the thing, so she wants to comes to the India so that she could just get married to the Sachin, right? But she doesn't. She didn't just seek for any kind of the she didn't just seek for the any kind of the so that she could just be allowed to just come in India. So did she did already a kind of the what should I say? She did already kind of the blunder. She just came here and also disguised her just whole identity, teach to the people. So somewhere that we can just it gives a kind of the pop up to our just brain. No, there is some kind of the what should I say?
So
Uh,
do you think that
yes, counterfeits.
do you think that if someone comes from India or from
Hmm.
Pakistan, then he or she needs to take government approval?
Yes, definitely, because there is a high voltage between the India and the Pakistan. And if you want to just comes to the India, if the Indians wants to go to the Pakistan, it's a high approvals from the government needed.
Okay.
Like the country is different, right? So even that's why the border have been just completely separated the India and the Pakistan. So why there is a border if everything is completely in the harmony?
No, no, but my question is that if someone X person wants to come from Pakistan to India, then that person needs to take
Yes,
the
yes,
permission of government.
yes, definitely, definitely. He has or she has to take.
Yeah. But now Seema Haider is saying that she will die here, but will not left this India.
Okay, now see, now we have the population around more than 142 crore. Now she is having four child. She is itself as a one count as well. So five will be just added. So do you think that the lots of the refugees from the Pakistan, we know that even the Pakistanis are not accepting the Pakistan. So the way that Pakistan are just staying these days, because Pakistani harming the Pakistanis there, and they just became a kind of refugee on in the name of communism, in the name of what should I say, a kind of a religion. They are so much fed up with this sort of the things, and these are not a kind of the particular problems. This has become a prolonged problems for them. Like even there are lots of even there are lots of ISIS or like belongs to the terrorism who just put a kind of the bombs in the mosque of the different kind of the Pakistans, and they are not allowing any kind of the girls to come to the any kind to just get a kind of the education, because they know that if they just get the kind of education, so there will be a kind of high disparity between the literate and illiteracy. So they will just create a kind of the freedom to just do whatever they can do that. That's why the particular terrorist in the particular Pakistan, they don't want this sort of the stuffs too. So even there are a lot of the mosques have been just exploded, and lakhs of the people have been died. Those who are just offering the namaz over there in the mosque. So even the Pakistanis are fed up with the Pakistan. That's why she's thinking somewhere that the India is most peaceful country in the world.
Yes, yes. A lot of news are being coming regarding that you can see on the screen regarding
Mm.
Sachin and Seema Haider, right? So this is the stuff that has been going on. A lot of politics is also being involved now. Every people is just talking about that, right? So you can see the news line that it's a ISI agent,
Mm-hmm.
passports, mobile fake, and all the other things, right?
Mm.
So now, but the
Yes.
question is that can ISI, what is the motto if she's the ISI agent? How will that help? I'm not getting it because Sachin is not that
Okay.
qualified person or something like that. Then how it
Okay.
will make an impact? She's just working
Do
for
you,
30,000 salary. She's not rich. He is not rich. He's doing
no,
that
no.
much.
It's a concrete reason that she is just providing. It's a kind of fabricating stories she's providing. She needs a kind of the new. She needs a kind of the content so that she could just able to place to the government. No, for this particular thing that I'm just coming to the India. Though that she will be touching to the lots of the people. Like maybe that like what happened like in 2008, like there was Mumbai blast. See, with these people were just looking for the high crowd, so that they could just make them explode completely. So it doesn't mean that whether you just belongs to the some high government authority, like as the Sachin doesn't just belongs to. She's just only seeking for opportunity to just come in India and just have a environment knowledge, right?
Okay, and
Maybe
moreover,
that Sachin doesn't just.
She is just fifth standard pass out. Yet she is having the complete knowledge of English.
Okay, how could you just tell it like in a very much claim like that she is only five class? Like maybe that see that all the Pakistanis are face. Mostly Pakistani are just being just fake and always just have a kind of the revelation in front of the like social media, right? We know that there is lots of the hates from the Pakistans to the India. So how could we just come forward and just see that no, these are everything is so much transparent?
Yes,
Definitely, it is being
and
like
moreover, I think there is a huge age difference between Sachin and this Seema.
that. That is why I'm saying that she's already having 4 kids. See, if there is love, even if that it is lust, but I don't think so that Sachin could just have a lust to this particular woman. Like, see, does just seems like so much attractive. So that she's having 4 kids. So how come that I don't think so? These are maybe that she could be a sleeper cell. She could do the things what you can't expect, what you can't assume. I know that if the government let her just allowed to just come in India and just live as long as she wants, then definitely there is a threat.
Yes, but lot of investigation now needs to be done on this case, and people are just taking so much interest. And on the other end, they are also just comparing this with SDM, Jyoti More. That at one point of time, SDM India was just talking about SDM, and now they are just exposing this love story between Seema, Heather, and Sachin.
There's a twist, and we have just we are reaching to the other direction as well.
Yes, I have just invited two more new people and just posted in the group. Let's wait if they can join. I added them in the group, and one is a lady and another is a man.
Hmm.
So if they want to join, then they can join to speak, right? Because I have just
See,
published everywhere the ads, and now people will just be eager if they someone want to join.
see, this is a threat of country. If India's government will just give her approvals to leave as long as she wants or just completely immigrated to this particular India, then what if that in coming years she does some kind of the mischievous to the India
Yeah, that's
or
what
do
the
some kind of
Yeah, that's what the media was asking to Seema Haider, that if the government, Pakistan government tells that please come to Pakistan, then what will you do? But she tells that no,
hmm,
she will never leave India. She will die here, but she will never leave. The same is the
she will
case of
die. Yes, she will
Sachin.
just make the others one die. She will just make the others one die. I know that she has explosive items.
Oh
Maybe
my
that
God.
inside her just breast.
Oh my God. How do you say that? Oh my God. This case is now at the peak. This case is now on the peak. Lot of stuff is being going on.
Let the Nazia come in so that we could just have fight.
Yeah, but I think the Nazi has lost some grip or some in some kind of trouble. That's why he is not coming.
Okay.
I have just told these new people if
I
they
can say that one thing,
yes.
and I can make a guess like you maybe fell in love with her.
Who?
Seema is there?
No. Who told?
Okay, how could even Sachin is so much poor as you told, like he belongs to a very middle class family.
Yes.
So how could he just come forward and telling that I will just adhere her just even I'll just take the responsibility of her child, like 4 child. Oh my God.
Yes.
He will be on the footpath. He
Yes.
will be on the footpath.
Yes. Actually, but Seema had explained that she will take the care of the all the children. She's having some kind
What
of
she will
money.
take that?
She is having
You
some kind
already
of.
told that she is fifth class illiterate girls, illiterate women.
But
So
she
what kind of
takes the
responsibility?
responsibility of the kids. She takes the responsibility of the kids. She has just disclosed that.
Will she join brothel?
What? Maybe anything is possible.
Yes, definitely.
Everywhere there
And
is Seema, Haider, and
when
Sachin love story. Love story
yes,
between India and
see
Pakistan.
what happened. There was a match between Sri Lanka and the Pakistan, and Sri Lanka got an opportunity to went to the Pakistan and just play the match. So what happened? You won't be just able to assume that. what did the Pakistan do when they got to know that their team were just losing and they were just so much close to lose, and they just took the revolver out and just kept on just firing here and there. Now since then that all the any kind of the matches, like people are like the other country denied to just have a visit in the like Pakistan.
Yes,
So that's why I'm saying that the Pakistan is one of the most corrupted country in the world, and it comes like within the 10, like when it comes to the high terrorist country, like after the
yes,
Afghanistan, right? So
yes,
we don't have the, any kind of belief over this particular country.
yes. People don't trust easily Pakistani people.
Mhm.
Anything
Yes,
can happen.
yes. सचिन ने सीमा को दिया तलाक तलाक तलाक. But they haven't got married, right? Though
No,
that the news or
they
something.
no, they do get married in Nepal,
Okay.
and she has already
Uh,
been converted into Hindu. She has already
oh
shifted
my
the
God.
religion. Yes, due to the love.
Mm. I know that the terrorist are someone they could just go through any kind of the cross boundary. Like they could do anything to just make herself believe like that she is completed true. But there is no transparency here. I can say that. But though that it's all about the decision of the government what he will be just taking whether let her
Yes,
to
nothing is
India or
clear in
just.
this case. Nothing is clear is in this case. What will happen?
Hmm.
Where will the thing go?
Okay. If she is having like four child, it must be that she is having hubby as well, like in Pakistan.
Yes,
So
Haider is the name of
Indian
the
Indian media could also do one thing that he could just take a kind of interview to the her just her first husband, so that they could just extract something about their just all the background, right?
sport background.
Background means that what was she like, what kind of a behavior she had like when she was with the first hubby, and why did she just lost the first hubby? What if that she just came in and just gave up her just first hubby, right? And she just came in with the Sachin. What if that the even if, what if that the after 2 months or 2 years that she just lost the touch with the Sachin, and she will just also look for the other guy as well. So she could just do a kind of the deceive as well to the Sachin.
Anything can happen, man.
Women are like that, I know that. Women loves the taste.
But daring is there in Seema Haider, man. She has taken a huge big step coming to India along with the four
He,
children.
she has not taken Pakistani's military and the Pakistani's prime minister who is pushing her, right, to just get into or just have a invade to the India so that she could just state all the kind of the information, what kind of the plan the India is having with the Pakistan in the future, right? So she is looking for the future, not for the particular thing. That's why she wants to live here like permanently, so that she could just pass a kind of the information that is highly confidential to the high authority to Pakistanis, so
Oh
that
my
they
God.
could just already just aware that what's gonna be happening in the future.
Oh my God. This is such a tense thing that you were just trying to say.
Hmm. We can
Anything
do
can
one
happen
thing.
in this internet era.
We can do one thing, right?
Yes.
We can just send the Seema Haider to the Alina's house,
Hmm.
and Alina should, and they should just have the deal that Alina will just tell that I'll just go to the Vikram house, and Seema will just tell that I'll just go to the Huzaifa house. So what kind of the surprise will be? I
This
don't know
is
why that, but Alina imprinted my just heart now.
every news media everywhere. There is this love story between Seema
Hmm.
Haider and Sachin. Now she has also created
Yes.
the YouTube channel. So mostly the people are just looking for the YouTube
Oh
videos. Seema Haider
my
created YouTube
God.
channel. and ask people to subscribe because it will be helping the family. It will be helping his
Mm-hmm.
husband, her husband Sachin,
Okay,
to raise the
okay.
children. Yes.
Okay, have you gone through the interview of the Sachin? What does he think about the uh, particular girl Seema Haider, and why he has been so much in love that he is accepting the Pakistani's girl, Pakistani woman, even if that she is having 4 kids, so it is not much general. Like like there must be a huge gap or huge
I'm not
age difference
sure
between
about
the.
this love story. I'm not sure because there is something that's why one person can accept the woman with 4 children, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that easy.
You're right. Maybe Sachin is in the love, and yeah, this particular love is so much true. But the girls, maybe that she's putting a kind of the, what should I say, kind of the trap. Or Sachin has been just already flat now.
I'm not sure in that, but we can just have a look.
Can we do an investigation?
But this Seema Haider also looks young, though she is the 4 year children. She doesn't
Oh
look.
my God! Now you are just completely fell.
No, no, see, just look at her first face. You can just predict. Doesn't look so old as per the 4 children. If someone has 4 children, then she will definitely look old. But this Seema Haider, I don't know. She
Yes.
looks young. There is something. I think there is something. Maybe she adopted the other children,
No, no.
other
She
people.
must have lots. She must have a lot of the energy to release, right?
Yeah,
And
that
what
is
if
also,
that she could have just got married like at the very early age?
yeah, that is also possible.
We needed to have a DNA taste of her,
Yes.
or maybe that her husband interview is needed, very much needed.
Yeah, her husband can just speak up and tell the reality.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Because
What?
when you hear the reality from third person, it is more effective. Because Seema
Hmm.
will tell only Seema knows. But the actual
Hmm.
reality, her husband can just tell the world what is
Hmm.
happening and how it is going on.
Yes. What does you think? After a dozen of days, like after 2 of the weeks, there will be another story. So we'll be just forget this particular story as well, like
Yes,
we
yes.
did with the
Jyoti
Jyoti
Mohan.
Maurya.
Yes, it comes and goes. It's standing right now, this thing.
See, the population is so huge, so the tragedy can be just happen anytime.
Yes. They've just created all the social media accounts also.
Hmm.
Now they are on social media everywhere. I don't know why this is taking so much popularity. What is so
Okay,
much special?
why? Because of that, why is it so popular? Because of that, she belongs to Pakistan. That's why.
Yes, and Indo-Pak relations are not that good.
Yes, and she really just made a very big steps to come to the India.
Yes,
Like
she has a lot of
Pakistani
guts.
already,
She has,
Pakistani knows that if someone just going to the India from the Pakistan, then there is a high hatred from the Pakistanis. Why did this particular girls go to the India and living over there and just appreciating India only and defaming our just country?
yes, yes, you are right. She is always appreciating India and
Hmm.
just putting Pakistan down.
Yes. Maybe she's fabricating the story so that to just give the touch of like so much truthful, like story is so much truthful, and people could just believe. And maybe that Pakistan already know that this woman has a kind of the big plans to come to the India. There must be some kind of the big purpose to come to the India,
Yes, but there
because
is some
Pakistani
secret.
knows that.
But there is
Mm-hmm.
some secret, I guess, in this mission. There is
Mm-hmm.
something which is not on the rise, which is not shown to the people.
Yes. Like if the people are like it is so much understood if the people are just playing the PUBG and we know that in the PUBG we are not able to see our just face. We are not able to just connect the video even. So how come she just and how they just come just so much attracted towards each other, right?
Yes, that is the main question here. I have never
See,
played. I have just played
mm-hmm.
PUBG. I have just opened PUBG only one or twice, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the complete idea that what happens when you just message someone on PUBG. Because
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen any application which allows people to see their faces while playing till now.
Yes,
This is a crime issue, I guess.
yes.
That's why it's getting so much.
Maybe she wants to have enroll in the Bollywood, that's why.
Bollywood. How did Bollywood come here?
She wants to do a kind of the act. She wants to being as an actress in the Bollywood. Maybe want to just join some films
Not possible, man.
because she is Pakistani. So the lots of the intention will be just giving the Bollywood to her, and maybe that make her just compulsion to just put her into the back, right?
No, no, I don't think that Bollywood will be eager to just have Seema Haider into the industry.
Yeah, there was Fawad Khan also that from the Pakistan. So he just came in the India. So India was just really just so much in love with the Fawad Khan. So after that, there was a lot of the huge protest happened, and they declined the movies of the Fawad Khan and just sent it to the same country, Pakistan.
Right, right. Anything can happen.
Okay, yes. What if that civil just comes to your doorsteps and knocking and knocking and knocking, and she's telling that please adopt me here for a humanity, not for a lust. So will you do that?
No, 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 I won't. Because I can't handle 5%. Four kids and one woman. I can't handle. I will definitely say no. And moreover, I don't trust people nowadays because
Hmm.
I have suffered in my life how trusting and expectation hurts.
Hmm.
Yes. So you can't trust any person easily
Yes.
these days in this special days of era of internet.
Hmm.
Yes. That's why I just published the form. Now, if anyone wants to enter our group, they need to fill the form only. Then only they can enter. And I asked our group also to fill the details in the form so that in future we can have a contact of them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, it is necessary to have that type of contact now.
Okay.
Actually, this whatever we just discussed, right? If this is the truth
Hmm.
regarding the threat to India and all that, people will
Yeah,
just
definitely.
lose the
That.
people will lose the faith in love. They will just
Hmm.
think that, oh my God, what kind of people are they? They are just playing game in the form of just love story.
I I think love is all about how much you are just hanging out with the person and how much caring to each other,
Yes,
how
yes.
much you are spending your just whole time like
Yes, love
physically.
now only
Rather,
no no love can only happen when you two are in physical contact, not in
yes,
chatting.
yes,
That is the most
yes.
important thing.
Yes, even Pakistanis. Oh my God.
This is a huge question right now for the youth as well.
Mm. Mr. We have the answer for this.
Yeah, Mr. V can throw light from American point of view. That's why Mr. V is at some point is very important because when we discuss our Indian thing, then he can throw
Mm.
light on what is happening in US regarding the same
Hmm.
issue.
Maybe that Mr. V will be just worry about her this story because that maybe that he will be just telling why did she just comes to India? Why didn't she just comes to America?
Yes, yes. Mr. V will be having a keen interest in this story,
Mm.
particularly.
Hmm. Yes.
I'm wondering why Nazia is absent today because this story was so interesting. So I was expecting her to come, but she didn't come.
Hmm. She told that she'll be just after the.
I asked in the group for the new people, but they also don't come. Maybe from tomorrow they will join the new
Hmm.
guy and the girl. And more people will also come as the time will pass because they will fill the form and then I will add them to the group.
Okay.
So what about the useless people? What do you think
Like
regarding
Mr. V is
no
what
regarding
now?
Vivek Nilesh? I'm not talking about only
Okay.
Mr. V, but Vivek Nilesh.
Okay, what do you need to do that? You should just target their just name by just adding like the Nilesh name. Like Nilesh, where are you? Are you just gonna join in future or are you joining like tomorrow or after tomorrow? Because I can see that you are just completely inactive. Like since you just joined the groups. So will you are you just willing to join or not? So that I will do just some further steps. So you have to
Yes,
just tag them with the particular name those who are not joining at all.
yes.
So if we just get to know that he has seen and doesn't just have the reply, we can know that like they won't be just joining in future. Maybe they are the people who have obstruction joining because of that they might be not so much comfortable with the English. That's why because maybe that everyone is not that much fluent in
But
English.
beginner is
So
always uncomfortable, man. If you're a beginner in anything, you will be definitely uncomfortable. But with practice, it becomes great. You become great.
I know that it is good to say that, but the thing is that maybe that in their just point of view he may just feel like faltering while just saying it. He knows that. So there is a kind of the identity which affects when you just speak ups and down and just on and off, then there is an impact. So maybe that in their just point of view they just feel like obstruction not to join. Because of that they are not so much.
Vipin is also gone completely now.
Hmm.
Vipin has lost the track, out of the track.
He has gone with the Chandrayaan 3 somewhere. So we are just waiting when the Chandrayaan 3 will be just coming on the land. So he'll be just come.
Yeah,
I think it's,
Seema Haider has a
I
chance to join Bollywood because of her looks.
I know that because this story becomes so much popular
Yes,
and Bollywood wants to have some kind of the masala in their just movie. Maybe
yes.
that
Maybe that they will just shoot a movie on this topic. PUBG love
hmm
story, India, Pakistan,
maybe
love story.
yes, there could be any kind of the web series in coming years. I think, according to me, what do I just observe in this, like Vipin, like he may be frustrated with his jobs. Maybe that
Yeah.
he is getting lots of the salaries, but I know that they are just pushing a lot to their just brain.
Yes, he is not able to sustain the work.
Yes.
with a
I
lot
can
of
see that.
pressure
That's
and
why he's just
responsibility.
being hyper.